Hello and welcome to my YouTube page. If you haven't checked out my YouTube page yet, please check it out. It's called Femi Diaries. We're continuing on our series on the 7 most important things in life. Now, we've done 5 parts in this series already. Today will be the 6th one, and today we're going to be talking about the family. Now, on the family, this is a very significant and important part of the things that should be important in our lives, because the family structure is really what gives us stability that helps us to be able to function and to have a good foundation for life. Now, there are trends that we have seen through Pew research that has been done in the United States here. Most of this Pew Review research have been from the 1960s. And one of the things that has been noticed through the Pew Review research is a change, a decline in the traditional family. A decline. Now, when we talk about the traditional family, we are talking about the family structure between a man and a woman. There has been a great shift. In the 1960s, the research showed that averagely you had families of 2 parents. 73% of the country or population had parents, 2 parents. Now the trend has fallen down between 40 and 50%. So that's a great shift. A lot of changes have happened over time. So most family units now, you don't have that much. The percentages have fallen. Another thing that research has shown is a great rise in single family homes. A great increase in single family homes. Now, when we talk about the single family home, we're talking about most times only one of the parents. Most of the time is the mother. And right now, statistics are showing that it's 3 families to 1. 3 families of single parents to 1 that is traditional with the 2 parents. So it's 3 is to 1 now. And in the United States right now, kids or children below the age of 18 years old, it has been proven that children less than 18 years old, 1/4 of that population are from single family homes. These are the trends that have been noticed. The other trend that has been noticed is a great increase in blended families. Blended families talking about families where you have kids from different. One of the parents has been married several times before. Now, one of the things that we noticed with this research is that the kids in this situation of blended families many times have cohabited with parents or mothers up to 43%. Up to 43% of the time with parents before the age of 12 years old. They've cohabited with parents that weren't theirs. By the age of 16 years old, this increases significantly to about 60%. So we are seeing all these different things that has happened or in the last maybe 50, 60 years in the United States. There's one more thing we've noticed, a shrink in the family size. Shrink in family size. And this is due to so many reasons. One of the reasons being a lot of people put off marriage for very long now. The average age of getting married for women is about 27 now. It used to be a lot lower than that before. So there's been a great shrinkage in marriage size. Also, because a lot of women have joined the working population. That's another reason a lot of women have put off having children early. These are some of the reasons why we've had a great shrinkage in family size, also due to contraceptions. So all these reasons, we see a declining in the traditional family, single family homes, the increase in blended families. We see a lot of kids before the age of 12, having had several moms because of different changes in the family structure. And also, we see the shrinkage of the family sizes today. So, these are the things we've noticed over the last 40 to 50 years. And obviously, we've seen how this has affected a lot of things in society. And, one of the things that really concerns me with all these statistics is the impact on the children. Number one, the impact on children. When you have a child who is not yet 12 years old, in fact, there's another statistics that talk about children below the age of 6 having had several parents already. The impact on the mental and ability of the kid to function. We're seeing a lot of kids increase and a great spike in suicidal tendencies in kids. We see great spikes also in anxiety, and all kinds of coping skills have been declining in our children because of all these trends we've seen over a period of time. So we're talking about the impact on children. What about the impact on the economy? The impact on the economy of these family structures. Obviously, we have a lot of the women population working now, but then it has still led to different kind of situations that have really made us spend so much money on healthcare, spend so much money on mental health, and so many other things. There's been we have had to spend so much money on these things because of some of the factors I just talked about earlier. Another thing we could also see that something else I just want to mention here, the third one I want to talk about is making deposits. Now, this is a positive that I'm hoping, because if you're in any one of these kind of situations, there's really not much you can do. If you're already in a blended family, for example, or you're in a single home family, for example, most of the time there's really not much you can do at this time. But I'm adding this third point here, what I've called making deposits into that family. Now, if you want anything to survive, if you want anything to grow, if you want anything to get better, you have to make deposits into it. Those kids, if you're from a single home family, you as the parent, you're busy with work, trying to take care of, bills and all these things, but you need to spend time. You need to have a routine of making deposits into these children's life. Apart from just taking care of their needs and being able to, keep things going, you have to have time for the development of these kids to make sure that they grow. Whatever blended family situation that people are in, we have to, as much as possible, make sure that these family units do not operate in dysfunction. Now, there might be several parents or several people involved in those families, but the family, whoever the heads of those families have to be, they have to come to a place where they put the interest of the child, they put the interest of the children ahead of their own interest, so that they could try and cohabit as much as possible in peace. These are going to be important things to do. And that means they have to nurture those relationships of these children in the family unit. That's what I'm talking about, making deposits, positive deposits into these children's lives. So we're talking here about the impact it has had on children. We're talking about the impact it has had on the economy. Also, if we look at it, there has been a great effect on the family structure generally. On the family structure, a great shift has happened because of all the things we've talked about. Now, I'm not judging, but if I look at what we've considered so far, having had the traditional family structure seems to have really been much better for society and for all mankind. The two-parent home, because both parents are supplying something different into the life of the children. Children like that many times were able to go further in their education, were able to come out with better economical strengths, and were able to function in society better. These are things that so much research has shown. Families, people who came from traditional families, many times those parents themselves were able to provide more for the children, and they themselves were economically better off. And because of that, they were able to provide more for the children, not just economically, but also socially. They were able to make those deposits I was talking about, and those kids turned out much better than kids who were at risk because of having had some of those other family structures and situations that we just talked about earlier. So, in a nutshell, I wanted to just kind of give us an idea of some of the things going on in the family unit today. And, not judging, but I think if we do our own research and we look at the two sides, we will see that how things were before with the family structure, with people actually getting married and not just cohabiting, and so many other things of that sort have really done better for us, have made us more stable, have made us function better. So the family structure is really important for one of these 7 most important things we are talking about. And I know people are in different circumstances and situations now. That's kind of why I've talked more. I'm looking forward to catching you in the next one.